Here we are, everyone. Welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Marathon. I'm going to give you a little bit of an explanation of what I'm doing. This marathon is basically something I do regularly on The Legend of Zelda. And I just play every single game in the mainline series in chronological order from date of release. And this is just something I do on the regular, and I thought I might stream it this time, so we can have fun together playing The Legend of Zelda. So the versions I'm going to be playing mostly are the Nintendo Switch Online versions. I think they are mostly accessible to me. I hope we don't run into any issues with that. But there's a ton of them that are already available, so why not just use them? I'm debating on actually playing Breath of the Wild because it's a kind of a long one. But we'll see if we have time. I want to finish this off before Tears of the Kingdom comes out, and then stream Tears of the Kingdom. So we will see how far we can get. This is going to be a few weeks. I'm going to be marathoning the entire series. We are going to start today with Zelda 1. And yeah, there's not much else to say on the matter. I've been away for a while. I've been sick, and then I started to not have time to play, so I'm actually glad that I can come back and stream The Legend of Zelda. The other series I've done up until this time are quite on hold because I did play them while I was sick. So I'm not sure I'm going to be finishing Sekiro and Monster Hunter on stream anytime soon. I'm going to be doing those on my own time, I think. And we'll be streaming The Legend of Zelda quite a lot the next few weeks. Let's see how far we can come today with the base, the starting game. Let me just mute my audio and get into it. Also, I have a different setup right now. It's a little less good, so I had to take some time to set everything up. Let's see how this looks in HDMI capture. Okay. I'm playing this on a SNES controller, the Nintendo Switch Online SNES controller that I bought. It's the only Nintendo Switch Online controller that I actually got because I kind of like the SNES controller. So we'll be using that one. And we're going to start up the game. The only game. Legend of Zelda. Let's see. I think the sound levels are good enough. Let's put it like this. Zelda 1 is pretty good game. I have to say, it's quite old, but it still holds up remarkably well. Also, something I want to clarify before we actually get into the game. I'm going to be abusing save states, at least for the first two games. Save states and the rewind function, because I don't care. I can play the first game at least without it, but the stream is going to be so much smoother with it. So I don't just have to retread everything all the time. Especially the last dungeon is really hard. So I'll probably set a save state at the beginning of the dungeon and then try to go through it with the save state. So let's start here. I made a test save before. I think yes. Controls are a little bit weird on this one. And yeah, that's it. Zelda 1, everybody. This is going to be fun. I think Zelda 1 is a fun game. I have a lot to say about Zelda 2. But we will get there if we beat Zelda 1. It's iconic. I played most of the Zelda games. Where it will get curious is actually the DS games, because I haven't played those. The DS games are a part of this experience, because we can play them on the Wii U. I'm still a little bit iffy about how we are supposed to play the 3DS games. We might just have to get an emulator, because 3DS capture doesn't really work. I'm going to take the dungeons in order. This is going to be a casual playthrough. We're just, you know, doing the dungeons in order, doing everything the game asks us to. I'm not 100%ing every game, because if there's still time, I might 100% the game. Oh my god. Here we go. But not every game, because that can be quite a slog. And yeah, we will look at how far we can get with Zelda 1 today. It's a pretty short game. But I don't think we will finish today. I think we might finish tomorrow or the next days sometime. Let's see. I hope the game looks okay. I already died. Also, I'm a little bit rusty on the NES games. We will witness a lot less death in the next game. Let me just go back. This is also a pretty casual stream. I'm not a speedrunner or anything. I play these games casually, and I like to enjoy them casually. So we're just going to take this casually and just play the game. It's not a blind let's play. It's just a casual playthrough of the game. While we hang out and stream the whole thing. Also, streaming might just help me just have an archive of a marathon of this kind. I've done those for The Legend of Zelda, I think 2 times already. And I just love to stream it once, so we can have an archive of that. Also, I'm not used to the SNES controller. It's been a while. But yeah, I like that they included a lot of the Zelda games onto Nintendo Switch Online. Sadly, we don't have the Oracle games on there yet. Those have been announced, but we don't know when they will come out. Let's just take this a little bit more carefully. Also, towards the end of the game, things are going to get a little bit more hazy for me. I play the start of the game way more often than the end. I always drop off the game around the 7th dungeon. So I hope audio quality is okay. I'm not sure. It's a new setup. It's a little bit different. Also, the TV I play this on is a lot less quality. The image quality sucks, but I think that's okay for the old games, actually. Like, it's like I'm playing in the past. It's not quite a CRT TV, but it works just fine. Here we go. I think we got everything up here. Wasn't there a boomerang in the first dungeon? Oh, I think you get the boomerang from these guys, right? Here we go. We are almost dead. I'm not sure I can beat the boss. Let's also get the key here. I'm not sure I can beat the boss with one heart only. Oh. Okay. I was trying to play a little bit more carefully, but we'll go for the boss next time. We'll go straight to him. Also, dying is a huge process. Zelda 1 feels a lot like Souls in that regard. Dying is a huge part of the process. You're just dying a lot and learning a lot of the enemy patterns. Also, I'll probably drop the save scumming method if we get to Zelda A Link to the Past. I think from A Link to the Past onward, the games are a lot more forgiving. So I don't really have to save scum, but Zelda 1 and Zelda 2 are quite challenging. Zelda 2 especially. Oh. Here we go. Here we go. That's the first boss down. Actually, fun fact, I never actually finished Zelda 2. Shocking, right? I always give up Zelda 2 around the half game mark. So we will try to finish this in a sort of group effort this time. I don't know why Zelda 2 is just in a weird place for me. The first game is fine. Like I said, with just without save scumming, I can beat it. It just takes me a while. Also, we need a lot of money, so... I know where some of the secrets are. Hearts and money. I, for example, know that here's a cave. I don't know every secret. There isn't really... I don't know why they would give you the bottle option when you basically don't need it at all. Like, you can buy the bottle later. I think this is the way to Dungeon 3. I always mix up the dungeon order a little bit. But I think this is the way. Dungeon 2 is quite out of the way for some reason. Like, Dungeon 3 is closer to the beginning. But we will finish both of them. Let's see how far we can get. We have 8 bombs, which is good, because we need to beat the Dongo. Also, what I stated is that I don't intend to beat any of the spin-off titles. Any of them. So... just don't mention any of the Zelda CDI titles. I'm not going to play those. Not in a million years. Huh, the Switch overlay gives quite a lot of space. Might just be able to put the chat on there. Okay, nothing here. I think, yeah, we need to go right and up. I'm pretty well versed in the first 4 dungeons, mostly. So those are going to be easy taking. We're definitely going to finish those. We're going to finish some overworld stuff, get the better sword. Nope. I don't want to play the Wand of Gamelon. Not really. Those are going to be joke streams. If I ever... Here's the thing. If I ever make a joke stream, those would be the Zelda CDI titles. We could make a drinking game out of it. Or something. But I'm not going to seriously play those. Stupid Wand of Gamelon. Those games are cursed. Absolutely. What I would love to try once, I think there was a Link to the Past thing that was only released for Japan, and recently you can play it. Wasn't it some sort of live thing? I think there was something like that. I think I actually started playing it a while ago, but never really finished it or went deeper into it. That one might be fun to check out. Just make the joke stream a subscriber thing, so we get our first 20 subs. We will do the CDI joke stream. Oh, come on. I think that sort of thing would be great subscriber goals, to be honest. I'm not really farming for subscribers at this moment, so I'm doing these streams mostly for fun because I like streaming. So I hate this room. The boss in this dungeon is extremely easy, but this room with the boomerang guys is actually quite brutal. Was it over here? But I think you get something from it. I think you get something from it, so I think it's worth it. Also, what am I doing? I think... Wait, let me just check. I think you can stun them with the boomerang, like... Wait a second. It's like this, right? I don't care. Enemies could drop health from time to time. Wait a second. I hate the drops in this game. The drops in this game are the worst. I don't know why I'm struggling with this room so hard. Come over here. Give me health drops. I don't need the money right now. There's one heart. Also, I could have bought an arrow or arrows. Might have helped me here. Here we go. Ah, yeah, it's the boomerang upgrade, right. We have to never visit that room again. That's a good thing. Here we go. We're going to be checking out as much as possible. Ouch. They actually give you bombs. I'm surprised. I don't think at this rate we are going to make it through. Maybe those enemies drop some health, but for some reason enemies don't like to drop health very much in this game. The amount of money I'm getting right now. I need to beat those guys, don't I? We might make it through this dungeon with half heart, so because the Dongo can't really do much to hurt you. You just place a bomb in front of it and it explodes. So we barely made it through the second dungeon. Here we go. Let's make it to the third dungeon. Wow. Now the game finally drops a fairy on me. We could have used that a while ago. Fuck you. It's a streamer curse. Streaming a game makes you way worse at a game. Don't think that was it. I think it was around here. We're looking for the waterfall. Because I think I can get the better sword now. I think that's not it either. Is it up here? It's not up here. What was in here? Oh yeah, I can unlock the potion trader with that. Okay. I think I can. I think that's a game, right? Yep. It's the game. We don't need that right now. We are going to get the candle pretty soon. So let's strap in for that. Not over here. Was it over here? It might have been up here. It wasn't up here. Wasn't up here either. I think that's the 5th or the 6th dungeon. Was up here, wasn't it? Yep, it was. Yep, we can use this sword already, which is great. It depends on how many hearts you have. So having this is way better because way more enemies die sooner. I don't know if we can make it to the third dungeon from here. We might die in the process. And down here. The overworld is quite a maze, so... Give me the heart. I like Zelda 1 for what it was. It has aged pretty well. I think most of the NES games have aged pretty well. It's just some sort of timeless look, like you just use pixel graphics and a little bit janky but charming controls and you have a winner. This is what we need to use. Okay, from this one we can buy medicine later. I'm not going to buy that because we are saving up our money for now. For something greater. I think the third dungeon is right here. It is. Let's go to the third dungeon. We need 255 rupees later on to get the upgrade. So we need a lot of money in this game. The good thing is there are a lot of secrets. Secret entrances that give you money. Oh yeah, and these guys. These were the bane of my existence back then. As you can see, you need to hit them from the side or from behind. But they have weird, janky movements. Like, they always follow you. They always turn on you. So you need to be extra careful in how you move. Or you can use bombs, but I think they take quite a few bombs, and it's just easier to deal with them this way. The blue ones that we will fight later on are way worse. I remember somewhere where I got stuck a lot fighting those guys. Best to stay around the corners, like guide them around the corners as much as you can, and then just when they walk past you for 1 pixel, just attack them like this. Here we go. I think down here there's more of them. We might try to solve this problem with a... Oh my god, there's so many. Bomb. We will definitely solve this with a bomb. This is too many. Also, I think the number is random, so You can encounter quite a few in these rooms, if you're lucky. Also, they throw bombs after you around here, so... So we're getting the raft. Here we go. The best dungeon item ever that's ever used in one specific area. And that is to access the next dungeon. Zelda 1 has some weird items. Most of them have like very little usability. It shows that it's the first Zelda game. They didn't really know what items to do and pick. It was very much the first game of its style. And at a certain point it shows its age. Let's see what we can do here. I think the boss also requires bombs. There's one key. Where have we been? I think upwards is somewhere we need to go. Also, these blobs die in one hit now that we have the better sword, which is a good thing. This one or this one? Yep, we did get the sword from the old man. Here's basically where they tell you that you can get the sword. And that you probably should get the sword. To make everything a little bit easier. But we already have it. I think we're pretty good in time. I think it's... what? 30 minutes? 30 minutes in and we already have the third dungeon almost down. If I survive these next two rooms, I can definitely finish this dungeon in one run. Because the boss is special. And the boss is not hard if you have bombs. I think this room we can definitely survive. Come on. Let me attack again. Oh yeah, money. What would we ever do without money? Here it is. Basically, you just place a single bomb in the middle and it immediately dies. So... Dungeon 3 down. We're making fast progress. Also, this game has 9 dungeons. If I'm correct. I think I am correct. This game has 9 dungeons and we need to finish all of them. We are basically going to go now to... I don't really care about anything else. We're basically going straight to Dungeon 4. Also, the final dungeon I haven't played a lot. This is where I might have to look up a guide, because that dungeon sucks if you don't know where to go. There's way too many rooms, way too many enemies everywhere. You die on every corner. There's 2 items you need to find, and if you don't find them, you're basically screwed. The final dungeon is hard. Oh no. We are kind of screwed right now. Problem is, we need the candle. So we are leaving this dungeon again. I need to get the candle first. And I only know one place where it is sold. So we need to get over there. Well, this game is extremely non-linear. You can do any of the dungeons in order, out of order, but it's going to be really hard. You also can explore a ton of the overworld and basically become stronger for the first dungeons. I think it was over here. Wasn't it? That's not where I was going. But you can buy it here anyway. So now we got the candle, we can light up. Oh, slow down. Basically what the candle does, it lets us light up the rooms we have seen in the dungeon. They are going to make use a lot of this mechanic that you have dark rooms that you need to light up with a candle. Also, it lets us destroy certain bushes and gain entry to secrets. I think one of them... Wasn't it one of them? One of those? It was. Oh yeah, that was a bad one. Some of them take your money, most of them give you huge amount of money. But yeah, we're going back to the dungeon. We just needed to get the candle to light up those rooms. I think there was one over here as well. Not sure if it was here or there. I still vaguely remember it. We'll solve that conundrum later. Here we are in this dungeon again. I think we already took the left. Let's go to the right this time proper. And as you can see, we can light up the room with the candle, and this is where we will switch a lot more with items, because these bats die in one hit from the boomerang. And it's just a lot easier to clear them out this way. Nothing here, huh? Here we go. I really don't like the enemies with the red bats because they basically get destroyed, but they never leave anything behind, like hearts or bombs or anything. They're just useless distractions. They never leave items behind, so it's really not good to kill them. But they're kind of in the way, so you have to do it anyway. Let's take this with us. I hate them so much. And they are everywhere in this dungeon. Did I forget to mention that? These guys. I don't see these enemies a lot around in this game. But here we get the ladder. Another weird item in this game. It has a little bit more use than the raft, but yeah. Let's go up. And it's another dark room that we need to light up. And we see we can't do anything in here. As you can see with the ladder, you can cross small gaps like this. It has a little more use than the stupid raft. I don't know why the raft is in this game, just to make sure. It's just there to keep process to the 4th dungeon. That to me is just a weird thing, because the game is usually so open. I'm not being too critical of all the design decisions in this game, because it was back then the first of its kind, so yeah, they didn't really know what they were doing. Like, the beautiful thing about the Zelda franchise nowadays is how everything comes together in the game. Like, it looks like a snake. I think I can bomb my way through here. Everything comes together nicely. You know what I mean? I think I can skip half of the dungeon when I do this. The items are all usually well thought out, and they have a nice symbiosis. So basically, when you get an item, you actually need that one quite often, usually. Also, this boss. Oh my god, I hate this boss. I hate this boss absolutely. There's a stronger version later, and I'm going to die a lot to that one as well. Give me health upgrades. Give me a fairy or something. Just something. I hate these red bad guys so much. They are just the worst. They are absolutely the worst. Let's get over here. Yeah, also this game is heavily reliant on health drops. If you don't get any health drops, you are out of luck along the way to the boss. You just can pack up, basically, because you're not going to beat the boss if you don't get health drops. So this is a worry. Not going to defeat the boss with one and a half hearts. Definitely not. So stupid that these bats don't drop anything. Let's just go around trying to look for a little bit more health. Because at one heart we can basically pack in. Go in here. Thanks, my dude. There's a boss here. Huh, I never walked into this thing. Into this room. Weirdly enough. Let's hope for better drops this time. It's also quite warm in here today. Do bats not drop anything in general? Because that would make sense. Bats just don't drop anything. That would explain things quite nicely. I hate these guys. This room in particular is just horrendous. Because these guys keep jumping everywhere. And there's so many of them in this room that you can't just really avoid them. Stop giving... There's a fairy. This might be a run. This might be a run. We can immediately go into here. Let's see. Over here. Also, I'm going to start save scumming pretty soon. I don't think it's pretty fun if you struggle too long against some of these challenges. as I said, with A Link to the Past, I will stop save scumming. I've played A Link to the Past a million times. Let's just see. Let's just create a suspend point. Why not? I've played A Link to the Past a million times, and the game is like... The game is difficult, I think. Every time I come back, I'm surprised how difficult it is. But it's not as difficult as the NES games. Because obviously NES games are designed to keep your attention longer. Make you play longer because you don't have as many games around. And they can't keep making them fast enough. It's limited hardware, and because of limited hardware, they need to keep you playing longer. So that's the thing. But this is the 4th dungeon. So yeah, last time I did this, I was struggling to find the 5th dungeon. But this time I know where it is. Let's try this again. Is it this one? It isn't. Come on. One of them. Don't fire it upwards. Huh. I also think I can get 2 other hot containers. Or maybe one off the top of my head right now. I'm going to get those. At least one of them I actually know we can get. This is the bottom row. The other one I'm a little bit iffy about. So we will check this. Let's get over here. We are doing well on money. If the next dungeons give us enough money, we might be able to just buy the blue ring. I think one of them was here. Let me just check. Yep. So we can get 2 more heart containers, which is pretty important. And the other one is over here. It requires the ladder, which is why I'm just getting it right now. This was the shop I thought of earlier. But we're going to get the arrows. We will need them, I think, later on. Not sure about that. I think you get some arrows in the final dungeon. But as I said, I'm not that up to speed with the final dungeon. And the 5th dungeon is up here anyway. So might as well just go up here. think it was up here. And up here. Or not. What is in here? Oh, you can buy the candle here as well. Okay. So yeah, we finished the 4th dungeon. When we finish the 5th dungeon, we are actually at the halfway point, officially, of this game. We're going to finish this off. I think we are going to make great progress right now. But probably in the next stream we are going to finish this off and start Zelda 2. I'm completely wrong again. So yeah, I will basically play this for a few hours until we are done. We're probably going to make it to the 7th or 8th dungeon. I think the 7th dungeon is where the difficulty ramps up a lot, so we will see if we can make it past that one. And then we are going to probably stop and play the rest next stream. Here's the 5th dungeon. I remember the 5th dungeon being pretty hard. I think this is where the blue knights come in. What are they called in Zelda lore? I think they are called dark nuts. And yeah, this is a new type of enemy that I don't really care about. They take way too much damage and hop around like crazy. In a typical Zelda 1 style. Those come back later I think in the Oracle games. I at least know they are in the Oracle games and in Link's Awakening. Let's go for the boomerang. I think this is the first dungeon that requires some sort of thinking ahead. I think there's a secret tunnel somewhere that you need to find. It's the first dungeon to do this. And I also think it requires bombs. Don't get me wrong on that. I think it's over here to the left. Also, I think, isn't there a bomb seller in this dungeon that lets you get more bombs? I think there is. We need more money for that as well. Oh yeah, I remember. These take quite a few hits. And the room layout is pretty bad for those. Like it's extremely easy to get boxed into a corner. And they do take a chunk of your health. That was the route I was struggling with. Like, this is the underground passage you need to take. You need to do this in order to beat the boss, actually. So this is a mandatory route you need to take, and there's these blue guys here. This is why I, in particular, don't like this dungeon as much. Because these take a long time to kill. And there's a second room that you actually need to kill them in as well. So this isn't the only room that they're in. The bats. I think it was to the left. Yep. This is the room. I'm trying to take as much as I can out of the bombs. But they have so much more health. bombs. That's an issue. As you can see, this room sucks. These enemies suck. Get needs hard. If we can finish this, that takes a huge load off my mind. And for the rest of Zelda 1, we just need to get good. Come on. Here we are. They also seem to move more erratic than the others. It's the last one. Did we do it? We did. This is the flute. Also a pretty useless item. Pretty much a useless item. It just unlocks the 6th dungeon and it makes the boss weaker. Makes the boss attackable. So that's basically it. So yeah, but finding the flute is pretty important. And they don't make it easy for you. They really don't make it easy for you. That run we just did take me, like, last time 6 or 7 tries. Getting the flute. It's ridiculous. Also, here's something a little bit important. When I'm saying I'm playing all of the mainline Zelda games, I am including Four Swords Adventures for the GameCube. I am going to play Four Swords Adventures. I know how to get it to run, so we will play that one. I think it's the least played Zelda game in existence. Probably. I would love to get the original Four Swords game to run. I have it on my 3DS, but I can't really run it on an emulator, and my 3DS can't capture. So we're out of luck on this one. But here's the thing. I'm just going to leave you here. We are doing a short intermission and break. I think about 10 to 15 minutes. Get me something to drink. Go to the bathroom. Do whatever you need to do, and then we will return in 10 minutes or so. I think in 10 minutes is okay. So see ya then. Welcome back, everyone who's still watching. We are back from our break. I hope you all have enjoyed the break, and we're going to continue for a little bit longer. I'm not going to stream too long today because I'm quite bad at it again. I'm really rusty when it comes to streaming, and I can't talk for too long. It's probably a thing with COVID that I'm running out of breath pretty frequently, so let's start this thing. Let's get back to the actual game. Here we go. And we're still on level 5. I think we made good progress. Let's see how far we can get in the last, let's say, 30 minutes to an hour. Depending on how much I can talk. I tend to talk a lot. And I also might just this time sit a little bit back. I don't have bombs for these dongos. I might just relax and chill a little more because I tend to talk a little bit too much, in my opinion. I know that a lot of streamers don't talk as much as I do. And here's the thing, I already talk to myself a lot during the day. I find it, weirdly enough, I find it easy to gather my thoughts when I talk to myself. A lot better than when I don't. So usually the entire day I actually talk to myself when I'm working and stuff. So I thought that this might translate well into being a streamer. So we'll see how that goes, because I'm basically already formulating my thoughts. I don't think we need the map. I really don't think we need the map in this dungeon. The boss is not really great. We will have to see about that one. This room is incredibly easy. Like, you have the ladder. The enemies try to... You can just... Give me that carry. The enemies just try to attack you, but they can't hit you while you are on the ladder. So you just go straight from them and basically let them deal the final blow. And we're going to run past a lot of these enemies. I'm not really into... Especially mummies. The mummies for some reason do incredibly huge amount of damage, but they are not that hard to defeat, but they just do much damage. So to defeat these mummies, I just don't need to be a dumbass, so that's the only thing I need to do in order to defeat those. But the key is important, and we need to get past these bunnies to get here, and this is the boss of this dungeon. Let's go. We play the flute. What this does is basically it makes it small. It's small but fast instead of huge, and it takes way less hits to kill. And that is basically the dungeon. So we'll just look around this room, and then we will get the Triforce piece. So yeah, the Zelda games are going to get a lot longer than this. I want to tackle most of the the NES streams in as few streams as possible. Maybe up to 4 streams so that we can start with A Link to the Past next week or something. 3 to 4 streams at most should be enough, I hope. So this was the 6th dungeon. We are moving on to the this was the 5th dungeon. We are moving on to the 6th dungeon. We are basically at half point, although the dungeons get harder, so I consider the 6th dungeon beat as the halfway point. Doesn't this flute also warp? I don't remember. Yeah. But yeah, we can go up here. Now. I'm not sure if there's anything of worth right now here. I think to get the final sword we need a little bit more stuff. I know that we can get to the final dungeon here. Like, I think it was this one. I think this is the final dungeon. Yeah, level 9. This is the final dungeon. We don't want to go in there yet, but having it open is pretty solid. What is this again? No, we won't buy the medicine yet. We don't actually need it yet. I say yet because we will definitely need it at one point. The medicine is pretty important. I think the red one is the way to go here. It basically revives you when you... Was it the red or the blue one? I don't remember. But it basically revives you when you're down. So it acts like a fairy in the future installments. It's just... Okay. We made 20 rupees. So it basically acts like a fairy in the future games. And that one's pretty important. I think this is just another cellar. I think one of these guys actually leads somewhere. But yeah, you will notice a lot of these Zelda 1 things are actually present in the Game Boy games. Weirdly not. Like, Zelda 1 is a lot present in the Game Boy games. A lot less in A Link to the Past. And Zelda 2. Here's a funny thing, Oracle of Seasons is supposed to be a sort of remake of Zelda 1. A reimagining of that game. I think that's what the consensus is. It's sort of a... It recalls a lot to Zelda 1. Probably the most recall in the series to this game. I really enjoy the Game Boy games. The Game Boy games are so much fun. I always hope for a re-release of them in the Link's Awakening style that they did. Also, another thing I might need to clarify is that we are tackling these games 1 game per entry, which means we won't play all of the versions. Like, we could play the Link's Awakening remake if we wanted to instead of Link's Awakening. I just want to play the original. I will play the original. So we won't play the remake version. of Link's Awakening, for example. This guy gives us a huge chunk of money, right? Yeah, 100 rupees. Can I get over here? There's a ferry here, not here, on the other one. That can heal us. Right. Now we enter the 6th dungeon. The 6th dungeon is where difficulty really starts ramping up. I think this is where they introduce the mages into the game, and the mages absolutely suck. So what we do is we play the flute in this lake, and this opens the 6th dungeon for us. This isn't the 6th dungeon. This is level 7. Let me just check. Level 7 is here, level 8 is over there. A little bit out of order. This is the 7th dungeon. We might just need to go to the... what's the 6th dungeon? I know where the 6th dungeon is. But I would love another heart container for him. Let me just check this real quick. Let me just slide over here and check something. Let me just check something. Because there's one heart container I'm missing, and I would love to do that. Let's see. I think weird. This is weird. Would love if this map has everything. I think so. Dungeon 6 is over here, right? Right. We were on the right track. Is there a legend on this map? Nope, there isn't. There really isn't. Weird. Seen way better ones. There needs to be at least one where I can look stuff up. This one, maybe? Come on. Also enjoy the good Zelda, the good Zelda music while we're at it. There's rupees here. This one, this one. There needs to be a heart here somewhere. I'm definitely missing one because I know I had the last sword before I entered the 6th dungeon last time. This is level 9. There it is. I found it. We are going after this heart container first, and we might just go for the powering. So I'm not going for a full guide style of videos. What I want to do with this channel is basically have fun streaming the games. And I'm going to be cutting highlights of the entire games when they come out, so I have some sort of let's play of it. That might be fun. I don't really know where to take this content. It's more of a streaming channel for me because I just love streaming. I think it's fun to just talk to people while you're playing video games. That's just really fun. I notice I'm losing drops. I'm dropping frames on the stream, so let this catch up a little. Should be watching that more often. I might need to fix that for next stream. Let me just go over here and check. I think the money guy is over here somewhere. There's 10. There's 100. Okay, there's 100. It's right at the start of the game anyway. Okay, let's just go for the heart container. I lied about the raft. The raft has 2 places you can go to, and one of them lends you a heart container. I don't know how I missed it, because it's basically right there. I hope the stream is not dropping too many frames. I don't know what's wrong necessarily. Maybe I need to drop the 60 FPS stream. I did put it up to 60 FPS on OBS, but I can't change it mid-stream. And that might be the problem. Because this computer probably can't handle streaming at 60 FPS. Or I need to change my setup in a way so that I can use my other PC. But we will need to see. Who is this Joker? Oh, he gives me 10, okay. But yeah, Zelda 1 should run better on stream than Monster Hunter and stuff, and I need to keep that in check a little bit more often. I'm still pretty new to the streaming, and and COVID really didn't make anything better. Problem is I got COVID pretty heavily, so I'm still really out of breath if I just overexert myself. a lot, and it's a huge problem. COVID is stupidly a bad thing to get, and I hope everyone is vaccinated against it, because I am vaccinated and I got it pretty bad. I think if I wasn't vaccinated, I probably would have ended up in the hospital or something. So you definitely should get the vaccine. I mean, seriously. We go. We are going back to the beginning, and we will try to get the ring. The blue ring to make us more durable. And I think I just went past it. Isn't there... I think it was this bush. No? No? Was it down here? Was it this one? This is it. It's a secret to everybody. Then we get another 100 rupees. We are at max rupee capacity right now. So we can get the blue ring. Here's the thing. The rings are pretty important. You get the blue ring in the first dungeon. You can buy the blue ring right away if you have enough money. The red ring is in the last dungeon. So that's pretty important to get for me, because I don't want to die in the last dungeon as much. And it means more survivability. So yeah, we are going to buy the blue ring to have more survivability. And then we will go over... to the next dungeon. Oh yeah, this is a normal trader. Let me just shimmy over here. And I think it was one of those statues that had it. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, you need 250. And we need to buy the meat for, I think it was the 7th dungeon. In the 7th dungeon, you need the meat item for 60 rupees. So yeah, we should be taking half damage, I think. Which is really good. I like this outfit. I like things that permanently change the look of your character. Let me just check up one thing, because I don't remember the order you need to go through here. Okay. I don't remember the order of this maze over here. So... we go north, west, south, west, I think. I think in the south there's someone who tells you straight away the answer. Don't need to really deduce it or something. It just straight up tells you. So what we do now is we try to get the white sword. I think it's called the white sword, right? It's up here in a grave. I think it's this one. Okay. It still depends on your hearts. It's the strongest sword in the game. So we have the strongest sword, we have less damage, we take less damage. And the dungeon is right over here. This is the 6th dungeon. We already seen the 7th dungeon. This is the 6th I can't talk today. Fuck. Yeah, and these guys irk me. I think the stationary ones are okay. The others who come later, who are basically running around, I have a bigger problem with those ones. Aim at the eyes of Goma. What a good insight. So yeah, this dungeon boss is Goma, as you might have deduced. Also, does it let me blow up something? From this point on, you need to try blowing up most of the walls where you suspect something. The white sword actually makes it so that these guys die in one hit, which is really, really nice. And we need a lot of money, because the arrows in this game take actually money. Fire. I hate rooms that shoot at you. They are just really bad in general. And yeah, getting to Goma in itself is a huge task. I think this next room sucks hard. This one. Yeah, they introduced the blue guys that just run around you. In this room. But with the white sword, it's not as hard. With the regular sword we had, it would be way harder. It's like they take double the amount of hits to kill, and it's just atrocious. I think this is where I die most. Yeah. This is the room I die most in, because there's just a ton of them. The game just hates me for some reason. That's okay. So what I'm basically looking for is a good run, and then we set a point where we can basically waltz right through the rest of the temple. A run that gives us enough health to actually do something. Because this room is just laughably easy, and then you have... Also, they don't come back every time in this room, which is weird. But this room sucks. This room just straight up sucks. They just... The thing is, they just teleport into you. Like, you can't do anything about it. They just teleport right into you. If they feel like it. It's infuriating. I hate those. Also, they do a ton of damage. These wizards don't fuck around. Another heart. More money. I think they are single-handedly responsible for making this game harder. If those weren't there, if the wizards weren't there, the game would be infinitely easier, to be honest. I think they might respawn soon. I don't know what it takes for them to respawn, but they do respawn regularly. Oh, I hate these. This room is probably one of the hardest in the game. For me, at least. I'm not quite sure if you can actually go around. I'm not sure of this dungeon layout. I don't remember this dungeon very well. Probably because it's so difficult, I just blend it out and try to forget about it. But yeah, I don't know if this is an effect of the white sword, that you basically can kill every enemy in one hit, but it only happens with the orange wizards, so I think it might just be a thing of the orange wizards. I think there's one real one, and once you take that out, everyone else dies, or something like that. These bats are fucking annoying. They don't drop anything, and they are fucking annoying. I hate those. This room doesn't seem to respawn. They take 3 hits. Okay. Oh, and we got the best reward for clearing out this room. Okay. I think we might be able to skip the room in future runs by going in here and dealing with even more of them. Okay. Oh, I hate this dungeon. I seriously hate this dungeon. I don't know why it's so difficult. It just is. And yeah, the health drops are just ridiculous. I don't really want to do this, but I think in the last 2 dungeons we are going to get a potion and get our health to max before we enter. And basically save state at the beginning. We are definitely going to continue this dungeon. I hate this dungeon so hard. Nope, that doesn't hurt them. Nope. Nope, they instantly kill me. Oh, I hate this stupid BS. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Like, it doesn't make sense for it to be this hard. So they are not hurt by arrows. That state of affairs. The game wants to troll me hard. I get that. I think we just have to power through it, to be honest. They do get hurt by bombs, but it does as much damage as I hit with my sword. I'm on my last heart. And this is a boss. Okay. Game, you won. Nope, that's not working. So yeah, you can skip this boss. For sure. You're supposed to skip this boss. Let me say it clearer. You're supposed to skip this boss by bombing yourself out of it. Because it even has 3 heads. Like, how are you supposed to fight this? Especially after going through so many bullshit rooms. I don't know how people do it. Seriously, I just might need to look up a guide in my own time. How to deal with those. I'm not quite sure how to deal with these rooms in here. Because there has to be some sort of secret. I think. If I'm going here and then let's go over here. Oh my fucking god. This isn't real. Like this dungeon isn't real. What the fuck? Like they immediately teleport into you. I don't get it. I don't get how you're supposed to defeat those. Possibly the hardest dungeon in the game. Wait a second, are you supposed to have a magic shield right now that can block the magic attacks from these guys? If so, that might make things easier. Let's get up here. Might be way easier. We just skip this entire section as hard as we can. Okay, I see what's going on here. To the left is the boss we just went into. Over here. Please, someone, drop health. Come on! When was the last time I got a fairy? This is bad. This is quite bad. This room is okay. Getting a little bit desperate, to be honest. There's nothing here? That can't be true. Okay. Then let's try to bomb ourselves out of this. Knew it. Okay. That's our hint for the 6th dungeon. The 7th dungeon. Oh my fucking god. I'm just rewinding. I I don't give a fuck. They did not just do that. Oh, come on. Here we go. Or bump downwards? No? Wait a second. Something over here? Let's bump our way out of this one. No? Huh? I think it's down and to the right. That's quite stupid. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. I hate this. They just instantly, if they just didn't have a hitbox while I teleport, that would be way easier. Oh yeah, and then why not throw me enemies that are... Oh, they do give me drops now. Based? Can you blow yourself out of this one? Ah, no shortcuts for us. Sadly. And another one of those rooms, why not? Yeah, why not? Let's make more of these rooms where we die over and over again. Okay. As I said, getting a little bit more frustrated with the game. So it's better to... Well, here's the thing, we all want to have fun, and if I'm getting frustrated, I'm not having fun, so... We are going to use the rewind system quite a lot. I think it makes the game more bearable in places. The game is good, but it does have bullshit in certain areas. It does contain copious amounts of bullshit, in my opinion. Here we are. We haven't yet found the dungeon item. Which makes me a little iffy. That one is good. We haven't yet found the dungeon item, which is a little concerning. Oh no, not again. This this is this is the bullshit I'm talking about. Like they just teleport right through you. No matter where you are, they just teleport right through you. You can't get away from them. Like, and they chase you down also. Like, there's just so much bullshit flying around. It's infuriating. Come on. Let me get that heart. Okay. Here we are. 2 hearts. We are facing Goma. I hope I didn't skip out on the dungeon item. I really, really hope I didn't skip out on the dungeon item. I don't really want to fight this dungeon again. We are going to create a... Let me just... Yeah, I'm going to create a save state here. We are going to be fighting Goma, and I really want to beat her. That was easy. That was a little too easy. But we finally made it out of the 6th dungeon. Oh my god. That was hard. That was heavy. So, let's make a little bit more plans. Here's the thing. I'm looking at this map over here. I'm also looking at... I really, really want to check if I actually missed the dungeon item this time. I think this map actually tells me I did miss the dungeon item. Weird. This is quite a good map, but it doesn't show us the dungeon maps. I need the level 6 one. Because we need to enter. I think the dungeon item is pretty necessary on this one. I don't know where it would be, though. Let me look at this. Huh? That is weird. This one. Or this one. Let me just make a quick inquiry where the dungeon item is located. It goes over here. There's the... We did take this path over here. We could do this. This is the map. Up here is... Did we just completely miss this? There's supposed to be a staircase there. And there's a dungeon item in here. Did we just completely miss out on this? Doesn't really matter, we're going back in. I really want the dungeon item. Although I'm not sure how good the dungeon item in actuality is. For people who don't know, it's the staff, so we can basically do our own magic. I really didn't know that Goma must have been in the back of my brain somehow that Goma dies in one hit, but I really didn't expect Goma to die so quickly. Better for us. I still don't remember Zelda 1 as well as I thought I did. But I think we might be getting somewhere. Oh my god. Please stop. Wait, we never went up there? Seriously? This is where it's supposed to be the dungeon item. I don't know why we didn't never enter this room. Probably because I was low on health and was fed up with the game. Okay. Going in here, we find the stuff, and I'm not sure if this does anything for us. Well, we can shoot magic beams now, so yeah. The same magic beams that the wizards do, but I don't know if this makes the dungeon easier, but you can actually hit things from afar, so like this. Also, I think you can use it even if you can't use your sword, so... Oh, this is the boss. I accidentally walked in on the bus. Weird. And I beat it. Okay, it's so much easier, the bosses. Okay, the wizards don't take damage from it. So that's a complete waste of a dungeon item, in my opinion. Why would you give me a dungeon item that doesn't really do anything in the dungeon? Like, the staff doesn't really do anything. Like, well, it takes care of these guys pretty well. But I still need to use my sword to kill the wizards, so... If it was like instant kill on the wizards, that would be dope. Like, just make it so that the staff instant kills the wizards, and that makes the entire dungeon easier. But yeah, I have my certain frustrations with the game, but I still love it. But there's certain early design decisions that are just not as great in hindsight. Going to visit the ferry. This dungeon might be just easier because we can just visit the ferry every time. Like, just visit the ferry, restock, and then try to make yourself go through the dungeon. Here we go. We're going to enter dungeon 7. I think that's probably about it soon. Not sure if I should stop right now or... I think we will make a little bit of progress in Dungeon 7. Maybe we can clear it Maybe we can't. Okay, the staff makes a lot of enemies easier. Just doesn't work on those stupid wizards. Like, those are the bane of my existence. I don't know why they are in the game. Depending on if there are any wizards, this dungeon might be just easier than the last. Wait, what? Oh my god, this is so much easier. Doesn't do as much damage as a sword, but just the ability to attack enemies from afar is really, really impressively good. Tip of the nose, there's a secret. Okay. What is this? This is another dig dogger. Let me just play the flute for you. Dies in 2 hits too. Dungeon 6 is rough. I think I need to ingrain that in my brain for the next playthrough. That Dungeon 6 is just rough. Yeah, Dungeon 9 obviously is rough as well, since it's the final dungeon. But I think there's a map you can follow that makes the dungeon pretty easy, where you just have to follow certain routes. It basically gives you a path through the dungeon. That you should take to get everything and get the final boss. And it's pretty good. It makes the final dungeon easier. It's not really easier to execute because it's still hard. Because it's a final dungeon. There's a lot of wizards in there. There's a lot of bosses. It is some sort of boss rush, I think. There are a ton of previously defeated bosses. Ooh, a fairy. Weird. This dungeon layout. Oh, this was the exit. Okay. The dungeon layout is weird. Okay. I think I need to blow something up. At least something. Might be here. Yeah. Let's use this to give ourselves an edge of sorts. Like, it makes the game so much easier if enemies dies to your magic wand. Like, it's so much easier to dodge, it's so much easier to execute everything. Just spray it from afar and you're golden. I remember the 7th dungeon being not as difficult. But maybe I'm kidding myself here. Also, the skeletons die in 1 hit. Also, there's a lot of... Weirdly, there's a lot of enemies that just die pretty quickly and give you healing items. There's some Dodongos. It's time to bomb some Dodongos, right? Am I right? They bring back a lot of weak enemies here. Weird. So we could go to the left with the bomb. I think we should keep our bombs for the dongos. To be honest, I think the dongos hide something. It doesn't work when I do it like this. Let's hope the last one is generous with us. Here we go. That was our last bomb. Oh wow, 5 rupees for all of our bombs. Yay. I really would love to have more bombs. And I'm taking the offer. I also think we need the meat in this dungeon. I think we need the meat. I think it's necessary. I don't know why they put Dick Duggar here so much. Oh, this one splits into 3 that die in 2 hits. Oh my god. What are these drops? There's one here. There's a key here. I think if I go up, it's going to be the boss room, so there's probably not a bombable wall there. Oh my god, this dungeon is actually extremely easy. I don't know why. This dungeon is so easy. Why do I get so many drops? What is going on? This is the guy we need to give the meat to. Yeah, I think we are going to end this for here. I'm going to the dungeon exit. I'm going to create a save state at the dungeon entrance. Oh my god. I'm going to create a save state at the dungeon entrance and we will continue this dungeon next time. I think dungeons 7, 8 and 9 should be possible in the next stream. As you can see, dungeon 7 is not really difficult. Dungeon 8 I remember was pretty hard. But then we only have the final dungeon to beat and that's it. Here we go. We are out of the dungeon. And we are creating a save state. Let's create 2, just so we can be sure. And that's it for the stream today. Thank you all for watching. And if you come this far, please remember to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I want to gather a following who are just hanging out with me and chatting. These streams would be way better if actually people chatted and regularly engaged with me while I play this game. So I'm hoping that I can gather a little bit of a following throughout the Zelda Marathon. And I hope I will see you soon, and let's leave you with a little bit of music. Something I haven't listened to for a while, like this one. Not really Zelda music, but you get the drill. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.